Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's moneymaker, we'll be taking a look at mining adamantite ore. Now the wiki says we can get about 160 per hour, but it'll be interesting to see how many we can truly get since we have a bunch of gear that'll help us out. A dragon or crystal pickaxe is recommended, along with rock armor 3 for a chance at double ores. Also, the superior or expert mining gloves is good for a chance at extra ores per rock, and also the celestial ring for the mining boost, and you can even charge it with stardust to get double ores. Now of course all these things stack up together, so we should see a pretty nice increase in amount of ore that we can mine per hour. Now as for quests, nothing but rock diaries is recommended for the rock armor. Access to the mining guild, of course, this is the best place to do it. And the wiki says we can get about 164k per hour, so we'll see how close we can get to that, as well as XP, which is 15,200. And yeah, you also get unidentified materials, minerals I should say, which weren't really helpful back then, but now they actually have a use because you can trade them in for some more rewards and giving you a little bit of extra profit, so we'll definitely hold on to those. Alright, so as for the gear setup, as explained earlier, this is what we'll be using. We have the Prospector's outfit for the mining XP boost, along with the rock armor 4, which counts as a Prospector's top, and of course it'll give us a chance at those double ores. I have my crystal pickaxe, I have the max cape, which acts as a mining cape, I have the expert mining gloves, and I have the celestial signet that is charged with stardust. And it also helps us with the charges on this because I combined the elven signet with the celestial ring to get this, so that's very handy. And besides that, that's pretty much all we need. We can now head over to the mining guild and start mining. So an easy way to get to the mining guild is simply to use a skills necklace. I'll be using the one located in my POH, and from there we can teleport directly to the mining guild. Now from here we can make our way south through this door and we'll enter the mining guild area. Now here you can see that there's 2 adamant rocks in this area, but we can go further south to have access to more. And also, if you didn't use a skills necklace to get here, another way to get here is to teleport to Falador and simply run over to this area where the mining guild is located. You can find it on the map right here, and just keep in mind that it is a level 60 requirement in mining to get access to this area. And here is the area where we will be spending the next hour mining adamantite ore. As you can see, there are plenty of rocks here, 8 to be exact. And yeah, just make sure you find an empty world, that way you can have all these rocks to yourself. And with that being said, we can finally start mining the adamantite ore for the next hour. Now when I first started this video, I thought it was going to be a very chill moneymaker, also kind of boring since I'm not really doing anything, but I actually met someone down here. I guess you could say it's a new friend, perhaps. He told me to add him, so I did, eventually. And yeah, it was kind of odd because I was here for a very long time before I actually made the video. I was editing some other stuff. And yeah, like the 15 minutes that I was in this mining area, nobody was here. But as soon as I started mining, he actually showed up. And for some reason, he told me that there was a 5 mil drop in Edgeville. And honestly, I don't think he speaks very good English because I didn't really understand most of what he was telling me. But I was still intrigued, so I kept messaging him. So if I had to guess, I'd say that he told me that there was a 5 mil drop Edgeville because maybe he wanted me to leave the area and not take his rocks, but I'm not too sure about that. After I hopped to a world that he wasn't on, he kind of stopped messaging me, so I'm assuming that's what it was all about, but I'm not really sure. I also didn't understand why he was choosing to mine the same rocks that I was mining. Maybe he was trying to like bully me out of the area so that he could have it all to himself, but with a rune pickaxe, you're not going to be too successful doing that against someone who has a crystal pickaxe. But still, I applaud the effort. Now, we do see him later on throughout the video. Sometimes he'll hop into my world. I guess maybe he saw me on a certain world and he just followed me around, but that didn't happen too often. And after I finished recording the video, I did try talking to him, and I tried figuring out what language he was speaking, because he did start speaking in his native language, I believe. And the translator came up as Hindi, so maybe that's what it was. But even with the use of the translator, it didn't really help out too much. A lot of the words were still kind of lost in translation. But with that nice little adventure out of the way, I guess we can start talking about this moneymaker and I guess the strategy. It's very simple. like most of the moneymakers that we've been doing recently, all we're doing is mining rocks. But since we have all this gear, we can actually mine more than one ore from each one. We have a chance at getting multiple ores at a time, and we have a chance of the ore not being drained after getting one, so that's very helpful. Normally, if you just mine adamantite ore with just a pickaxe and nothing else, you usually only get one at a time, and it's a pretty lengthy process. Also, you'll notice that there's some runite rocks to the right of me, or to the east I should say, and yeah, there were people popping worlds and mining those as well, since runite ore is a lot more profitable than adamantite ore. And if you're interested in the profit that we can make from that, I have a video on that as well, but I think that was before the celestial ring was a thing, so I might have to go revisit that. And as you can see there's a Bob 2 showing up once again. And from over 100 videos of these types of moneymakers, I think this was actually the first time that I had a conversation with somebody while recording it, so that was pretty interesting. Now back to the moneymaker, the best place for this is in fact the mining guild, because there's plenty of rocks here, there's 8 rocks, and you also get that +7 invisible boost just for being in the mining guild. There's also a 50% reduced rock respawn timer, which is very nice. And there is a 1 in 30 chance for receiving the unidentified minerals from the adamantite rocks. Now, like I said before, these unidentified minerals can be used to further your profits by buying the clay packs, or you can use them to get the gloves that I'm currently wearing, which are the expert mining gloves. So before, when you couldn't spend them on clay packs, they were only used for the gloves, and after that, people usually went to go talk to the person who gave you the gloves to turn off the minerals, because you can actually talk to her and she will stop you from getting any more unidentified minerals. But now that you can make a little bit more profit, you might want to leave that on and collect as many as you can. Which is good news for me, because I think I have over 1,000 in the bank currently, so that's pretty nice. Now, as for efficiency, if you want to be as efficient as possible, the wiki does have a possible path that you can take as shown here in this picture. It numbers the rocks in which order you should mine them. But honestly, it's up to you. Just know that throughout this video, there are going to be times where there are no rocks around, so just hop worlds when that happens. I believe it takes 2 minutes for a adamantite rock to respawn after you mine it. Also, don't forget that since you are in the mining guild, you can use the special attack on your pickaxe to boost past 99. I didn't do it throughout this video because I kind of forgot, but yeah, you can do that. And with that being said, we have approached the end of the 1 hour of mining adamantite ore. We can now go ahead and do a price check. As you can see, we've managed to get 225 adamantite ore in the 1 hour. So if we do a price check on that, we can see that we made about 215k. And don't forget about the unidentified minerals, which are valued at 2070 GP each, so that's an extra 16.5k. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to trade in the unidentified minerals for the clay packs, because I do believe you need 10 to buy 1 pack, so yeah. But we'll still add it to the total. So we put the ore in there for market price, and we got a little bit of extra money as well, so that was very nice. And after selling the sapphire, we got total of 215k, pretty close to the price check from earlier, and of course we can add the money from the unidentified minerals as well. So now we can go ahead and take a look at the total profit we made from this 1 hour, and that is 232,011 GP. As for supplies, we didn't really spend any money on supplies per se, but we did use some stardust and some crystal shards to charge the crystal pickaxe as well. Also, we managed to get a nice amount of mining XP, almost 22k from this 1 hour. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all the people who have decided to become channel members, with a special thanks to Captain Fat Daddy. Becoming a channel member is one of the best ways to show some extra support, and you also get some perks along with it too. Once again, thanks for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription too. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.